Ooh. It's almost time. It's almost time. It is almost time. Soy crafts. Love soy craft, guys. Love soy craft. Let's go and play some soy craft. To Disneyland we go. Hey. It's soy craft time, guys. Soy crafts. I do like flying the drone around way too much. I have way too much carried away with that. Huh? Where the heck is my drone controller contraption device thing? Where is it at? Morning? I had to get a picture of this place for the thumbnail of the Soyak 2025 reveal. It is the stupidest thing we've built. True with high performance solvents. Where's my drone computer? I could show you in better detail of the drone computer. No drones today, guys. No drones anymore. Drone computer done. Drone computer cooked. It's not even real anymore. Somehow the thing used to fly the drones is gone. Or we could make a real mushroom cloud, but I don't really want to do that. He's supposed to have a pipe, but the pipe looks kind of stupid. And so, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really convey that it's a pipe at this time, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. This is his pipe. That's what he uses to smoke. Smoking some wood right there. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and work on this place. The big problem we're running into right now is that the place wants to make every other thing and clog every single path to make stuff. It wants to clog every option, every opportunity for it to make something is clogged. Or is it the problem? It's not the problem, is it? I think the problem currently is that it's out of solvent. It needs more solvent. Right? I think that's where it's at. I think it needs more solvent. That means it needs more coal. And that's the problem that seems to be holding it back. Is coal. Now, there's also another thing that can provide the aromatic hydrocarbons to this thing. Because we didn't actually connect that. We didn't connect the actual tower. So we do have an option of getting aromatic hydrocarbons into the machines. So that way we can continue to produce solvents while still also sustaining our production almost. Like, kind of reproducing some of the stuff it needs. Obviously, it's never going to be able to fully keep up with what it needs to actually produce. But this at least gives it a better chance of attempting to do that. And then downstairs, we have 5 billion things making cryolite chunks and stuff. Copper, emerald. Do we have anything else too? We have a bunch of stuff in here. What about in here? What's just going on here? 17 of these. A little bit of sulfuric acid, some iron powder. I just wish we could make more solvent. I wish we could have a little bit more solvent. That would be pretty good. And then, obviously, there's a problem with the coking combination oven. 2. That doesn't have access to any sort of fuel, does it? Because this is being turned into kerosene, but not being sent to any kind of disposal. So it doesn't really do anything to not be disposing of that. So if I just pipe it around there, it will be fine to go to the thing. Gotta connect some pipes today. Kerosene. And then we're gonna make it look all nice and pretty. Make it look all nice and pretty. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Now we're cooking fuel and stuff. It's time to make everything look pretty. And let's take a look. Take a look at the beautiful, beautiful Woyak. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of all that wood up there. It doesn't need to be there. There we go. Soyak. Hold on. Just gotta start that. That is amazing. That is actually amazing. May he bring viewers to your channel. Yes. I'll make 10, 15-second clips of me flying a drone around the Soyak meme. And we'll see how many thousands of viewers will come. Okay, well, let's figure out what clogged it up this time, because something clogged it. Without a shadow of a doubt, something is clogging it at this time. I think it's just that it's not cracking anything. I think we just need to wait until nighttime or daytime. Also, you know, there's a distinct lack of animals everywhere for some reason. There's no animals here. I'm guessing it's probably because the environment is so bad that I've killed off all of the planet's wildlife, which means I have been absolutely successful in my goals. Or at least one of the goals. Kill all life on planet. Goal succeeded. Kill, destroy, kill, and destroy. Exterminate. Exterminate. Starting to sound like a Dalek from Doctor Who. Exterminate. Even the trees won't survive. The trees won't even survive. Not even the trees are gonna be left. Except for the birch ones, because we don't want them. Ew. Gross. We gotta find more stuff to build in this world. Because we just built something huge. Absolutely massive. This is the biggest production center we've built so far. The Soycraft factory right here. The Soycraft ore processing plant. Or the, no. What is it called? The Koya borehole or whatever the heck it's called. We'll call it the Soyak borehole. That sounds absolutely disgusting, honestly. It sounds like it'd be something even worse than it actually is. But it's the Soyak borehole. There's demons at the bottom, guys. There's demons at the bottom. That's why we were gonna stop drilling that's why we stopped drilling. It's because of the demons. Rip and tear until it's done. Exactly. That's why we have a chainsaw. It says Soycraft. Like I said, if I had the drone controller, I could actually show you, like, this in better pictures. Like, it looks so much better from the air. Like, if you're flying a helicopter and you just fly, what the heck? It's almost like Hollywood. It's like the Hollywood sign, except it's stupider. Who put the face on the mountain? Me. I did it. It was me! We're gonna have to wait for the sun to come charge my my weapon of choice, the chainsaw. Charge my Doomslayer tools. Please set, moon. Oh my gosh. We're gonna need to have a bed on site. Find some sheep and just shear them. Shear them in half with a chainsaw. Ha 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 ha. God intended for you to shear the sheep with a chainsaw. And to shoot the zombies. It's like The Walking Dead. Pretty simple. Too easy. Ah. What? Wait, what? Oh, hey, the sun is rising. The moon is setting. Ha ha ha. I'm still gonna find sheep before they all die. Also, this place is so... I haven't even been out in this direction before. This is like my first time actually exploring this far. Well, I think I've been here in a helicopter for one operation. I don't remember what the operation was. Maybe it was Operation Find Bauxite. I certainly don't remember this being here. Or, well, never saw this. So, we'll have to check that out at some point. I don't think it has much in there. Man, this is a nice... this is a nice little place. I was thinking... I was thinking, until I turn up and see that, maybe we should build a nice little place here sometime. Like a little place for us to not be at the factory. Because this place is so untouched and, like, preserved. Except for the dirt, probably, in this area. Well, you know, we can fix that it's untouched and preserved. You know, I'm kind of an engineer, after all. Like, I'm a kind of a destroyer of planets. So, I mean, all I'd have to do is give it, like, 30 seconds in this place. It's going to be looking like the middle of Oh, oh, the middle of a war zone. It already is looking like a middle of a war zone. Straight up war zone already. It's okay, we'll build our bunker there. Right under the Soyak. It's blessed by the powers of Soyak to the east. Actually, that's west. Ah, well. In this direction, it's Soyak to the east, so... Maybe it's like a reversible Soyak. One side has Adidas on and the other side has a cowboy hat. Please charge my chainsaw. Please charge my chainsaw now. Please hurry. Charge my chainsaw. Mr. Woyak. Charge my chainsaw. Do 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 do. Mr. Soyak. Do you have a gun mod, or are you just running with the default HBM guns? Just default HBM guns. I'm pretty sure it's the best gun mod for 1710. Now, if you play any of the more modern versions of the game for some reason, I don't think you would do that. But if you do, I have a recommendation for a gun mod called TAC Z. It's a gun mod that's actually pretty good and pretty accurate, I would say. At least to the M249. It's a pretty accurate version of that. I like that. I like that mod. I think what this place needs is behind Soyak. Actually, no. This place needs a very specific and very interesting setup. Okay? Because this is Soyak Mills. Yeah, Soyak Mills. I don't know what to call this place yet. The Soycraft Industries, ore production facility. Okay, that's the new name. Alright, let's go ahead and mark it. Soycraft Industries or proc plants plan. That's perfect. Vic's Modern Warfare discontinued is basically TAC Z for 1.710. Realistic to the real weapons and has an aiming and fire with left click. That'd be... I mean, I'd love to add it in, but I'm kind of too far in already, I feel like, to just start adding more stuff. Well, I've made the exception in the past. I might do it at some point, but don't want to do it right now, obviously. Has it already produced a stack of coal? Holy crap. What the heck, man? Well, anyway. We seriously need to do something amazing with this place. And by something amazing, I mean specifically, we are going to need to find a way to produce more aromatic hydrocarbons. And I have that answer. It's not written anywhere. Why is it getting sulfuric? Why is it getting sulfuric? Why are you getting sulfuric when you're supposed to do the solvent? Please. Stop mixing it up. Treat it with sulfuric. You're not supposed to be doing sulfuric. Stop! What's the problem? Why do you want to do everything sulfuric? It's cryolite. Give me that back. Does not belong inside the machine. Why is it still... It's still sending more. No. I'm just gonna start doing... Everything is gonna be solvent in there, okay? Every little thing is gonna be marked as solvent. So... There's no chance that something that's not solvent is going to go in there. That looks like it's sulfuric. What the heck? Why? This is a seriously annoying issue, and I'm not sure quite how to solve this. I'm guessing what needs to happen is I need to mark this to go out there. What I should see... What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I see where it's coming from. I see the problem. No. The problem... Simple. It is just one conveyor to fix. This was kind of annoying, but it's fine. Not enough conveyors to build. What? What do you mean? Production plants. Producing the stuff we need to produce today. Mr. Production Plants. Producing the stuff we need to produce for one day. You know, because every day we use up all, like, 10 times the quantity of the stuff this is already produced. Well, it's okay. We have plenty of time to fix that just by adding in more processing. Ah, it's nice and fiery. Ah. Alright. Just gonna mine out all of this. We're going to need to add staircases in places, so that way we can get up and down between layers of the great platform. The Soycraft Industries platform. It's effectively a lawn base, but disguised as not being a lawn base. This is the most strategically built lawn base you could possibly build, I would say. Well, we're almost close to the end of the chunk. That is a good thing. So this would be the end of the chunk. Perfect. Okay. What we need to do is, yeah, just fill it all in with wood planks. That should be simple enough. Also, so today the primary goal is to solve any problems and deficiencies that are currently existing within this Woyak facility, or Soyak facilities right here. Soy Crafts Industries TM production center of meth. Basically a meth lab. Glorified meth lab. The quantities being produced, unstoppable. Not even the best agencies could stop it. 5 billion kilograms. Endless quantities. It's a super lab. This is too dark. This place is too dark at this time. We need to install some lighting in a second. In 30 seconds, install lighting. Alright, we're gonna use wooden beams and torches. So I guess every 4 blocks, right? That'd be fine. Yeah, it's on the inside. Nobody actually is going to see this from the top. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, well, it doesn't look the same on the top. It doesn't look the same on this section. Now, if you want lighting to look good and not necessarily stop things from spawning, because it's not your primary concern at this time, I mean, you can do that. I really don't want to have this pipe here. But I have to. I have to. I'm trapped into it. You know, that is what it is. Alright, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and find the middle. Place in one, and go ahead and find in the end, and place in another. What is this? Uranium? Oh, it's asbestos. Well, hurry up and print it out. How much more asbestos can you make? So identifying deficiencies and solving problems that are currently existing within the setup. That's our goals for today. The goals earlier were to get the thing even done. So, I mean, now it's just down to refinement of the process. You can't just make a process and be like, well, it works perfectly fine. I mean, you could, but that's not what I do. You see, what I do when I make a process is I go, well, this could be a little better if I do this, and this could be a little better if I do this. And that's why I never end up settling at one setup. Except for this one, I'm probably not building it again. It's my first time building this thing, and I'm proud of how it is. So I just have to figure out how to get it to work better. And then in the next playthrough, we can be like, well, I didn't like this, this, and this. And then build a new one. Well, this is probably the most advanced playthrough I've done so far. Because we've covered 3 different oil setups. We haven't done vacuum oil yet, though. But just playing around with it, we've just been messing around with all of the different stuff you have available, so. I guess we should fill this in with stone, but the outside is not stone. Outside is not stone at all. Outside is just logs and wood. It's just logs and wood. I hope that my video I made earlier takes off today. I hope it takes off. 26 views. Soyak face revealed 2025. No, Soyak revealed 2025. It's not doing as well as I wanted it to. You see, expected it to get 7 billion views. Because it's obvious, it's a funny joke. It's only 15 seconds. Who's not gonna watch 15 seconds? It's crazy. Crazy talk. But I need saplings, and I need copious quantities of saplings. And I need copious quantities of birch wood. Because I like birch trees better because they're not going to cause me copious amounts of pain to try to figure out what height they can grow at. I can just chop them down. However, we could do spruce trees as well, which wouldn't be a bad choice to do. We could do a spruce tree setup and just start chopping them down. Chop, chop. Chop down spruce trees. That's the goal, is to produce enough aromatic hydrocarbons that we can safely say, well, I am never running out of aromatic hydrocarbons in the wonderful setup, and so we have a means to produce enough solvent to infinitely supply the setup here. It will also be beneficial for producing the other stuff. Now, if I was smart, I would have done coal into a petrochemical setup rather than turning it straight into solvents. However, either way, it doesn't make a difference because I don't need the products of petrochemicals like bakelite and stuff. I would prefer to have the solvents. It makes the most sense. So what I need to do is have enough wood production that we can just start burning wood for aromatic hydrocarbons, and with that we can then produce enough of the wonderful it's just omnipresent no matter where you go. It's just there. And it looks better from the farther away you are. You can't tell as much. That it doesn't look as good as it could. This is, every time I see it, it gets a little better. It gets a little better every time. But we need to do that. We need to come up with a way of producing a large quantity of aromatic hydrocarbons. Now, I originally did come up with, or did intend on doing this earlier on in the playthrough. And in fact, I already have the first 2 components we're going to need. They don't have a super extensive range that they can mine. I think it's only like a few blocks out in each direction, but we have them already in storage and they're ready to go. So we're gonna get them ready to go. They're gonna be eating soon, probably. We're gonna let them eat. But first, we need to find a way that a position that's not too bad for them to be in, and a place where it's not really gonna be in the way of anything in the future. But I want to get this also kind of fleshed out a little bit more, since we are originally on the topic of producing and finishing this building, identifying any problems with it and such. Obviously, this building needs a little bit of refinement. It needs to be finished. Nice. It's got a little bit of a overhang, but that's fine enough. It should be okay. Should be okay. Would be okay. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we'll go ahead and get started getting those components and moving them into position so we can figure this out. Do we have any of the exhaust ducts? We don't. So that's going to be bad and harmful for the environment. It's going to make it probably so we can't do trees if we're not careful. We need to be diligent about taking care of the environment. So let's go ahead and start working on that part of it. That's a part of the issue. We're going to need a smokestack. And this is like the prime time to take a picture, honestly. All right, let's go. The big thing is going to be figuring out how to do a processing setup for what we're going to be trying to process. Also, we need to come up with a new smokestack too while we're here. Let's go ahead and make a new smokestack because that makes the most sense to do that. We're gonna need a bunch of stone too. Stone, probably for the build. Since we've been building with a lot of vanilla materials lately, I'm gonna continue on with that trend. I mean, it's just a trend really. It's just a thing we do, a nice little thing we do. We should have more concrete in here. And probably more in one of these boxes. Oh, yeah, look at that. It should have enough concrete now. We just need to get, I don't remember what a smokestack even needs. Smoke. Requires grates. Cool. And then it also requires steel plates, 16 of those. Okay, cool. And let me go ahead and drop off this mercury while we get those steel plates cooking. Steel plates are pretty easy to get. We should have a plentiful amount of steel here. Let's go ahead and swap out this coal for those iron ore, and then we should be making more, even more. Even more is underway. All of the mercury we have is going to get dumped right into here. Make more dash. Now that would be nice to have, is more petrochemical production. Except it's uncalled for. What is this even doing? I mean, it's sentient. I don't need to know what it's doing. It knows its job. I don't need to know what it's doing to tell it what to do better. It doesn't matter. It's doing its job. That's all that matters. If it's doing its job, it's not causing any problems, it will be fine. If it's causing problems, then we can fix things. But it doesn't matter if it's causing problems. If I don't know it's causing problems, it doesn't matter unless I know. Should be fine. And then we need to make we need paper. It's okay, I can print out paper. I have the exact method. Paper. Then a lot of P's afterwards. Now hit okay. Hold on. Do I need to do a bell between each one? Paper. Did that print 2? Oh, that one did 2. Yeah, let's not do any changes because we need to print. Okay, if they don't stack, it's annoying. That should be 4, right? Oh, look, at four papers just popped out of the machine. That would be so annoying. Imagine you have a telex machine and you're sending messages to your friends on like your encrypted channels and whatnot, and you're like, I'm just gonna send 4 messages. I'm gonna send him 4. Every word is gonna be its own piece of paper. Paper. What's the other paper then? Paper. Wait, it's just printing different amounts of papers. Papers that say a different quantity of paper. Is there a way I can make it break and then print out that? Because that would be the way to do it. Bell, print. No? It's okay. Thank you for all the papers. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your business today. 30 papers? That don't seem right. Hold on. When I hit print or send. 31. 32. I'm a little skeptical that it's actually printing out enough papers. 32. Okay. Well, looks like we have papers. Are these messages a different ID from paper? It looks like it's just paper, honestly. Like this is just paper, right? I think this is paper. You know, I got a suspicious feeling that it's pretty much paper, right? 3339. Yep. Okay, some string and coal powder, correct? That's hard to do the coal powder part, but string should be too easy. We should be able to get it in like 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. Oh, so close. This paper. Yes, give me coal powder and throw it in there too. Look at my imposter paper. It's communist paper. We just printed it out of thin air. Absolutely diabolical. This paper isn't meant to be real. It's not meant to exist on the face of our earth. Jesus doesn't want it to exist. But I said, ha ha ha, I'll make it exist anyway. It's paper. Just give me one Telegram machine, I will send 10 billion messages. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, make a smokestack now. So the smokestack solves a lot of issues, because if you don't want to be dying in 2 weeks in your world, then you need to have a smokestack probably, because reasons. And I mean, obviously you don't want to be dying, so I would probably say it's probably reasonably a good idea to have a smokestack in your Minecraft world. And if you're playing on a server, that does change a thing or two, doesn't it? Because you might want to just mess up your friends. So then you can place your smokestack right next to their base. What is this, paper? Paper, 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 paper. It's not paper. It's not, it's a message, not even paper. It's not even real. It's not even real. Do 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 do. To the factory we go. Soycraft Industries, we know. Oh my gosh, it's the moment everybody's been waiting for. It's loading in right now. The ultimate Minecraft Soycraft reveal. The memes are too intense at this time. Look at that nerd. I don't even understand the Soyak joke. It just exists. That's all I know. We don't question these things, because if we do, I don't know. It's probably not worth my time. It just kind of happens, okay? It just kind of happens. No. How about we make it look like the other ones? Make it look nice like the other ones. Like that. Perfect. Make it look like the other ones. Like that. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and figure out how we're gonna set up a smokestack. Because obviously, we don't want to impede on the Woyak with a giant cloud of smoke, okay? Not this time, at least. So, probably just gonna go down all the way to the end here. Ugh! It's a problem. It's a problem, my friends. Smokestack does not want to fit all the way here. I want to put it over here. It's okay. We'll have enough to do it. We'll have enough to do it. So all we have to do is make more of those. I want to check on the Purex process. Let's go ahead and flip over the actual switch, because I don't think we're using kerosene anymore. I think the reactors have probably exhausted or depleted at least 90% of the uranium there. If not, 110%. So we should be good and empty on uranium at this time. Which means that we should have a heaping stack of 239. To be used for weapons or whatever the heck we want to do. I mean, nobody's really here to say no, so obviously it's time to get it carried away with something. And probably produce stuff that's not really useful in any capacity. But hey, it's still valuable. It's hearts and minds. It's valuable in the hearts and minds. I don't know where I heard that expression from, but it sounds good, so I'm going to start saying that. Valuable in hearts and minds. Now we're going to create a crate that's so disgusting and filthy and full of so much bad garbage that it's going to destroy somebody if they pick it up. And then we're going to put it in a dispenser. Put it under a pressure plate and put it in the most unknown spot, unsuspected spot possible. The reason being is so that way, when I publish this world, one of you will step on that box And then you will get to enjoy the pain of being gifted 10,000 kilotons of nuclear waste into your inventory in one small package. The absolute joy you will experience is going to be incredible. The joy of a lifetime. Too much joy. Throw my cryolite in the machine and it will go through places and do the things. Hurry. We're out of time. Do 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 do. How many ducts will I be able to make from this and a stack of insulators? Because I know it makes a lot more exhaust ducts too. Okay, cool. We have enough, probably, for at least 6 years. But anyway, like I said, the plan is simple. One of you is going to step on a crate or a dispenser. One of you is going to enjoy a crate of nuclear waste being gifted into your inventory. And at that very moment, you'll think back to when I said this. And you'll think to yourself, man, I wish I paid a little more attention to what he was saying at the time. Because if I did, well, maybe I wouldn't have accidentally stepped on this wonderful dispenser full of a crate. One crate. Exactly one crate. But it's a steel crate. Filled with tiny piles of nuclear waste. Enough stacks probably to give you 10 cancers. Simultaneously. Absolutely diabolical. The most evil thing we can do. Hey, did I switch it back? How about we switch it back? Cool. We should have... Why do I have a chest here? I don't need a chest. In what reality do we use chests when we need to use a hopper? It's pretty simple. But no, we're just gonna use a dispenser to send this to hell. Yep. We're gonna dispense it into the nether portal to load the chunk constantly. Oh no, I'm losing audience. The audience is losing focus at this time. It's okay. So Minecraft is playing at this time. Purex. Plutonium. 239. Plutonium. Plutonium. Right there. 238. Do 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 do. This is too much. Why do we do this stupid nonsense? Hey, what is the current production rate of the stuff here? Are we producing the stuff? Please hurry and produce more stuff. Where? Where's the... Where even is the fuel rods for this? Where did the Xernox rods go? Are the Xernox rods doing whatever the heck they want now? Is that what they're doing? They're doing whatever the heck they want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're doing some whatever the heck and whatever the heck. Okay, here we go. 5. I hope we didn't make a machine that just throws away Xernox rods. If we did, that'd be absolutely horrible. It would be unsurprising, though, if that's the case. Where's the machine? Which of these machines needs rods? In any kind of meaningful quantities. Okay, cool. We'll just give him rods. We'll just go with the flow and figure it out. You know, it's a smart way of thinking of things. I like the way that I'm thinking here. I like the way I'm thinking. So where do the rods come back for the other one? So we have to have at least one path that takes rods back to here. Or two paths that send rods out. I believe this upper one sends the rods to this thing. Yes, indeed it does. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and get this Xernox up and running again, even though I don't need it technically. Technically don't need it running, but I just want to have it running. For the sake of having it run. Should be good. Should be having the nuclear power plant run. Time to go ahead and take a look at Soycraft Industries. Head back over to Soycraft. What a specimen. What a specimen up there. Alright, so now it's time to figure out how to hook stuff up. Just slap down some pipes and figure it out. How we solve any problem. Slap down something and figure it out. Doesn't matter what it is. Just slap it down, figure it out. Oh, look at this new piece of equipment. Just slap it down and figure it out. Too easy. It's not like it could be difficult, right? Just rub your brain cells together. As long as you're smart enough, come up with the answer. Right? Too easy. I do that every morning when I wake up and have to figure out how to put my shoes on. What the heck am I doing? How do I tie it? What the heck? I'm lost. Somebody help. Just joking. Just joking. I'm never lost. I always know the answer. Probably. To everything. And if I don't, then I know somebody who does, so it doesn't matter anyway. You know what we need to do? We actually need to grab out something else. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That was gonna be pretty bad, wasn't it? That was gonna be pretty rough. That was gonna be a rough one. I was gonna put a hole through the wood floor. Set the entire Soycraft Industries on fire. It'd be the world's largest burning dumpster of something that's been made. Like, this actually is stupid. This is actually a stupid facility. Why did I even make it? Why is it even a thing? How is it even real? Questions that I should have asked beforehand, but didn't think to ask back then. So now it's a real thing, and now I have to question why it's real. It's incredible. But what's more incredible is that I need to set up actual production facilities for wood oil stuff. And that's going to be joy. Because wood oil requires 3 sawmills. It requires me to go to the test world. We need to leave Disneyland so we can go figure out the answers to the problem. It's simple mathematics. Go to Chernobyl Tester 1986 and find the answers. Because 1986 is a good year. But not for the Russians. Does the process use soil instead of oil? It's a good question, but I don't have the answer at this time. Okay, so we need our sawmills. 2 types of sawmills. And we need to test out a couple things. First, how effective is this one at committing war crimes? Because that's an important question to ask. Secondly, do we have enough wood oil? I just want to figure out exactly what I'm dealing with as well. ID. And of course, fluid ID. So our fluid identifier needs to be available at this time. Please, fluid ID, give me now. I need it. I need it. Okay, so this is going to become wood oil. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to say, hey, I got wood oil for the wonderful automatic buzzsaw, which takes, hey, wood oil. Now, this thing will try to chop me in half even when I'm in creative mode. Let's give it a shot. Oh, never mind. Creeper. Creeper. Oh, no. I don't even know how that song goes. What? Okay, well then, if that's not going to spawn, we will spawn in a villager. Oh, wait. You know why it's not going to spawn? Because it's in peaceful mode. And every world is in peaceful mode if you set one. But this should be a good testing ground to see how many war crimes it commits. Okay, it's pretty much pathetic, so that's good. Good to know, good information to have. And we want to figure out the actual distance this thing can chop. So, let's go ahead and find that out at this time. It's not going to chop to there. Interesting. Interessant. Now, each block is going to be separated by a space of air. This way, I can figure out the maximum effective range of a buzzsaw. Looks like it only goes out this many blocks, which isn't enough for my satisfaction. It's not enough for my standards. In fact, that's very, very annoying. Okay, so it only extends to this far. That means in this direction, it's going to be the same. In this direction, probably also. Let's see. Okay. Ah. So it does more of a circle now. So does this mean that it will chop that one, or will it be this one? Let's figure it out. Alright, guys. Figure it out. Figure it out, guys. See if it will do it this time. Good! It does its job. That's what it's meant to do. Because with this, I can tell you the actual shape of it. And that's all that matters to me. Is if I can create one quadrant and go around and be like, this is every single other quadrant at the same time. Oh, look at that. Then I know that this one is going to be fine. This one's going to be fine. Right? No, that's not going to work that way. Because the next section needs to be like this. Doesn't it? No. But that one's fine. Would it be fine if it was here? Huh? Would it be fine if it's there? Let's see what happens. Chop. Oh, look at that. It's pretty simple. Now, how many blocks can I do that for? Go to like here. Go to like right there. I think it can go all the way to there. It'll be fine. Okay, now I have the shape. I have one quadrant done. This is the pattern for how it will solve things. So that is a good shape to have. So now I know. This is what I need to shape my stuff to function with. It's a little disappointing it doesn't chop farther. I remember it being able to extend like twice as far and be able to chop you in half for like 8 times the distance through a wall. But at least now it's not as dangerous, so that's good. And it would go out of its way to chop you. Like if you're in distance, it would chop you in half just for the sake of doing so, not for like any particular reason. It just did it because it just wanted to. It just wanted to. It was a choice for it. So the thing that really is going to be difficult is figuring out how we're getting this stuff into our actual how we're getting it out, pretty much. Because there's only like one way to do it. Well, there's actually a really good way of doing it. The problem is there's no problems with it. It would work. It's just kind of well, that method does work, but it's kind of a little bit on the archaic side compared to the fan method. The fan method's the good way of doing it. I usually do the fan method, but I don't want to do the fan method because it gets a little complicated and a little messy. And I want to make it a little simple, and I don't want to make it super messy. Because I want to value the saving of resources. So this is the dispersion pattern you're looking at with a single one of these. In total, the distance is about 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill in the spaces with 5, and you have 9 blocks on the far. 9 blocks in every direction. So I would figure 1, 2, 3 in this direction, which gives you a total of 1, 2, 3, 6. But this one is 9. So on the corners it's 6, so it's more of a triangle, but with a bit of an extension. So it's almost as if HBM doesn't know how to do math. HBM is actually doing math. That's not funny. Okay, but how many did in this direction? So we have 1. Well, actually, this is... Okay, now this is when we start getting into a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And start doing some trigonometries, okay? We could do rise over run to figure out... Well, now we have to calculate. So a squared, so we have a, which is right here, 0, 0. B, well actually it's the length of the side. Well, that's to find out another side of unknown length. But why would I care about a squared? I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to do it. It doesn't even matter. But we can say... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to run a minecart underneath that, and then pretty much all of the wood that comes out needs to go through a process of Stirling sawmills and needs to be turned into sawdust. Now, the way that's going to work is the sawmill here, as you can see, when we go ahead and check out recipes, Shift R, recipes for this, recipes for sawdust. Okay, I want to know how to get sawdust in large copious quantities. All right, here. First, you saw a log into 6 oak planks and a sawdust with a 50% chance of the sawdust. Then you can saw the planks into sticks. 6 sticks for 10% chance of sawdust. Then you can take the sticks and saw them into sawdust, which means you end up in total with, like, I believe it's 36 sawdust plus the chance of at least 2 more. So for a potential total of 38 per log, which is enough sawdust briquettes to make it effectively enough for one machine to do the job. So we will need approximately, according to the math I just did, 1 for planks, 1 for sticks, and 1 for sawdust. So 3 of those. Let's go back to Disneyland. So now that we have the answers we need, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna go ahead and execute the mission. Now we have the questions and have come up with answers to those questions. We're gonna go ahead and grab the 2 of the sawmills that I have, just in case, because I mean, we might use both. And they're gonna just recycle wood oil to make more of the stuff. If that makes sense. They're gonna just basically recycle the saw oil that's not getting consumed. So any extra saw oil, or wood oil, can be turned into what it needs to be turned into. Now, the wood oil itself is already the source of our aromatic hydrocarbons. It's like the starting point for aromatic hydrocarbons production, if I remember correctly. So we'll take a look at that after we figure out the sawmill stuff. But I know it's going to need a coker unit, and I already have coker units on standby. They've just been sitting behind the PWR, which overshadows them, obviously. It's a more beautiful machine. Of course, it will overshadow them. What's the problem? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? Coolant. Coolant? Anyway, we can take a look around and find these things just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. Good, good. And then this thing is full of gasoline, isn't it? Huh. It's almost as if this thing is still sitting here with heating oil in after all this time. But we now have these things ready, which will give us a bit of an advantage getting the stuff we need to. We need a coker, we need a combination oven. So let's go ahead and just start writing down a list of stuff we're gonna need. 1 combination oven and 3 sawmills. The sawmills are easy. It's going to be 6 steel plates, 8 copper ingots. So let's get started with those 6 steel plates and 8 copper ingots. According to my calculations, we do not have enough copper at this time to sustain making more of these. But it will be fine. We need to go ahead and figure out what else we need besides just this. And if we take a look in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 of those is needed, and 4 iron ingots. Now, this completes the process. All of these machines can be powered by surplus kerosene produced in the process. It's going to produce a lot of kerosene byproduct if I do it correctly. And all of the cracked oil we already have processing for. Hey, that actually maths out. That is incredible. This means I've cut down the process into 1 step, the wood oil portion. This pays out in dividends. 5 billion times less work. I've just saved myself work on accident. I didn't even intend to do so. Wow, that's just how efficient I'm being right now at this time. My efficiency has reached peak levels of stupidity, and I like it. 4 iron ingots, because, yeah. Four iron ingots, perfect. Perfect number. The more efficient that we can do it, the better. The more efficient I become, the more fish I become. No. 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 Stop! It's not even funny. Hurry. How many of these lodestone I'm gonna get? How many lodestone am I gonna get? Saw blade is made of iron ingots and steel plates. 8 per each one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Well, we already have enough for all 3, so we just need to make 18. Nice. Just make 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nice. Okay, and I think this is everything it needs. I think if I just go over to here, I can make sawmills. 3 sawmills are done. It needs a heating source. And obviously, we're going to do a liquid heating source. Since I like my liquid heaters. These are going to be expensive. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a burner. The burner is going to cost 4 steel tanks, 3 steel pipes, 12 titanium ingots, so 36 of those total. I can already get started. Beyond those total is going to be the other stuff in total quantity, like so much stuff. So essentially, for a burner, we're looking at this: steel tanks, titanium, and steel pipes. So those steel pipes are probably the worst part. Or no, the steel tanks are probably the worst part. But we should have the capability to produce it. And we should have the stuff in here to make more. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 1. 36 total will get us enough for all of them. And maybe if it's enough for more. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. And then it's just time for steel pipes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, we have one left. Nine. Burner. And then we probably should make one more. Probably. Yeah, probably should make one more, just because. Odds are, we're going to end up needing one for the first step anyway. Might as well make another one for that as well. Cannot just not make another one. Where? I could have swore I threw iron in there and it's almost all gone. I think we're consuming so much steel at this time that we just cannot even keep up with it. It's not insane. It's reasonable. That's literally HBM mod in a shell. A bombshell, I guess. There's no such thing as nutshell. It's just some kind of craziness or something. Only bombs. Kaboom. Shotgun shell. HBM mod in a shotgun shell. Terrifying. Nuclear shotgun shell. Burner. Please give the burner to me. I will make tons of beautiful stuff. This will do the trick. We just need one final piece, the coker. Combination of them. And what have you. All of that should be pretty simple too. And then minecarts. For non-obvious reasons, but today I wanted to get creative. Today I'm gonna use minecarts to do the stuff, to do the thing. Yeah, to do the thing today, I'm gonna use minecarts. I mean, I could use fans, but if I use fans, it gets stupid. I don't need to use fans. No fans. No fans. If there was like vacuum cleaners, maybe. No fans. We're not doing fans. It's too easy. No fans. We're gonna do minecarts. It's gonna be so easy to do minecarts. Because see, you do minecarts, you're setting yourself up for success. It's easy cheesy. It should be good to go. We're gonna need some of this and some redstone too. I don't even have redstone. I have red phosphorus. What about white phosphorus? Can we do something good? Do fans? No. I don't want to do fans. Fans is not good. Do fans? If I do fans, I'm gonna be here for 6,000 hours, and I don't need that. I don't need 6,000 hours of fans. What I need to do is get the get mine carts. That's what I need. This should do. We also will need some of these. That way I can have that work. What do I need? Time to think. Time to rub my brain cells together because they've stopped functioning at this time. Well, I don't need this. Wait. This is good news. How much material do I have? 238. We're doing pretty good on 239. That's good. That is the cornerstone of my empire, 239. It's a deterrent. Oh. This thing isn't even running. We must create the best flow of neutrons through this. This should work perfectly. I trust it. I trust that nothing's wrong with it, and I don't need to check it, even though it's been sitting here for 10 minutes. By 10 minutes, I mean, like, I don't remember the last time I touched it. We'll just leave it running constantly since that's good. This is okay. What was I coming this direction for? Power? It's actually generating power right now? What is, where's this power coming from? This does not make sense. I'm a little bit confused. Is it coming from this? There's power in the system, but it's flowing in a weird way. That's not supposed to happen. I did not engineer a system designed to route power like this. Okay, well, that'll be fine. How much? Okay, we're producing a lot of coal here. And sulfuric acid, obviously. You know what? I have time. I can dispose of the sulfuric acid. We don't need to be wasting time not disposing sulfuric acid. Let's go ahead and figure out a way to get more barrels. There's steel tanks without crafting them because I don't want to craft more steel tanks. And I have a bunch of liquid oxygen barrels that are just kind of... Oh, hey, there we go. There's some steel tanks. Perfect. Just what I'm looking for. It's almost as if it was intended that way. And then we need cast steel plates. Somewhere there lies the cast steel. Six cast steel plates. Put in my steel tank for the drainage pipe. This will... I think this is the worst thing I can do to the environment, and is the most heinous act I've committed in one of these so far against the Minecraft world. You know, if the Environmental Protection Agency were to come into Minecraft, they would have an absolute heyday with this. They would completely destroy my entire empire. But that's okay, because I have plenty of time to solve that. Sour gas is building up. This is not good. We need to dispose of this. It's been sitting here for so long, and I just haven't been like, oh wow, I need to deal with it, even though it just kind of sits here. It literally needs to be dealt with, like right now. There's no exceptions to this. Under no circumstances should we have so much of this building up. It shouldn't happen. Should not happen. If I go into here, petroleum gas. Nice. And then... Okay. Apparently, this will not... You know, we have a nice place here, right? We have all this nice green grass. Well, I have the answer to that. Don't you worry. Where's the face cam? I don't have one at this time. I don't need one. I don't need one. No face cam needed. Face cam? No. There was like... I did that once, but do not need that at this time or anymore. Never again. For several reasons. Personally, I don't like my face to be on the internet, even though it's already been plastered on the internet, but I mean, I look different now, so it's not like somebody's gonna be like, oh, hey, I know that guy, because my face isn't in every one of my videos. It's only in the old videos, and nobody's gonna be able to remember my face just by like the 5 minutes of videos that have it compared to what we have now. Sulfuric acid. Cool. Is it dumping? I don't actually see it dumping sulfuric acid. Oh, wait. Ah, all the particles. Show me every single... I bet this is... Oh, this has gotta be nice. Ah, yes. This is the shower of all time. This is how HBM intended it to be. Dump your sulfuric acid into a nice little swimming pool. We don't have a fence around it because this isn't Florida, okay? So there's no toddlers walking around because they probably already got blown up by some other diabolical experiment going on. Probably fell into the fracking tower already or something. Who knows? Or maybe they found the uranium and over here. Or the autocannon turrets from one of the 3 different nuclear launch silos that just happened to generate with the world took care of that, so we don't have to worry about safety. No fences, no nothing. Everything is safe. Now let's go over to the Soycraft Industries plant and start working over here. Soycraft. This was the dumbest idea, but it worked out so perfectly and so amazingly. And then, I mean, I don't know why I built this. It was kind of a waste of time. I just couldn't help myself. I had to. I was almost told to do it. Somebody suggested. Well, didn't suggest, but said to put it in the thumbnail. So instead of putting it in the thumbnail, I put it straight in the world. So that's even better. And then, what currently are we at on different fluids? No fluids are good. Why is vitriol always clogged? What is the problem? Oh my gosh, tungsten. We have so much of this just sitting in boxes now. I'm guessing this is almost full. Vitriol. Chlorine gas. Okay, this is the last thing I want to dump in the environment. Okay, you see, sulfuric acid is fine. It's a liquid. But the second you start messing with the air is the second you start doing bad stuff to the world. The second you start destroying the air is the second you start dying. This is not something I want to do. I think there's a limit to how far I'm willing to go with what I'm willing to destroy. And the land, the water, that's fine. Air? No, I breathe that. I need that. And so even though we could totally do it, let's kind of not do that. We need to find a better solution to this problem than just, oh, hey, we have too much chlorine gas. What am I going to do with it? Just let it sit there? I can't let it sit here. That's not acceptable. And sulfuric acid, too. We just have so much abundance. It's called abundance. That's what it's called. Surplus. And there's no expenditure for surplus because nobody else is using it. I don't have any reason to use it for myself because what can I even make with it? PVC? I can only make PVC with this. Well, let's see. We could make chlorine gas artillery shells, Kevlar. My goal at the moment? I don't even know. Last thing I remember was I was working with this stuff to do something. I just lost focus. I think we're gonna cross the river because the fracking tower has a radius. So if we look at the map, the radius of this thing is pretty much all the way to the edge here of our setup. So eventually all of that dirt will be unusable for the plans. In fact, even across the river, it's kind of an issue there too. However, I don't see any damage on these chunks yet, and I have faith, I'm gonna maintain faith that those are usable for the project. Which is pretty much for me to go ahead and produce a large quantity of stuff, aka aromatic hydrocarbons. This will speed up the process of us getting solvents. And then will give us a method to dispose of all of that chlorine gas, I think. Although, I would like to think that there's other methods we could use to dispose of the chlorine gas. Like, we could use a war or something, or something like, some method of disposing of chlorine gas would be amazing. War is always a good option. That'd be a great option. We could just dispose of it there. Phosgene. This is obviously just better chlorine gas to put in my artillery. That's just crazy. BTX. We could make reinforced laminate. That's not a bad option. If I make BTX, which is benzene, toluene, xylene, I could make hard plastic. Hard plastic wouldn't be a bad option. Wouldn't be a bad method of disposal. Disposing of it. That's the way to see it as, because this isn't even something I need. I don't need hard plastic. Well, it is a later game material, and we need to start producing that. We need to get on that. It's not something I'm going to be producing like right away, but if the work we do now is the work we don't do later, so if I follow that philosophy, then if I do it now and I work to make a production for benzene, toluene, xylene, even though it's going to be annoying, it'd pay off in the end. It's important for me to go do that, I figure. Alright, so this bridge is the bridge that crosses the boundary between Soyland and I don't even, oh actually, no. Well, this is its own land, technically. It's separated by a river. Natural state boundary. I don't even know. I don't even know. This is HBM tutorial world, isn't this? It's gonna be the tutorial world for the mod. That's what HBM intended. Intended features right here. He actually added a new thing that makes plates or something. I don't remember what it was, but it looks like it makes plates. I think he must have upgraded the welding machine, but I'm not sure. I don't even know. I don't even know. I haven't been following what he's up to. He adds so much stuff to it constantly. So much to keep up with, but I'm not keeping up. Let's go ahead and do some wooden construction. Yes. We have all this wonderful technology to make concrete, and here we are using wood. Here we are engineering an entire structure with wood. There we go. Then it's time to hit Shift F9. Give me some chunk borders so I can see how this lines up. So we determined that one of these will be able to cover 9 blocks of potential accident area. What I mean by that, by accident area, is it's able to potentially cause an accident within 9 blocks of it. So as long as you step within 9 blocks, you can potentially become a number on the board that says number of employees or time since last work incident. Yes, that number. So the last work incident was yesterday when I stepped into one of the machines and died. So that's good. We're doing great at keeping that number relevant. days since last incident. Yesterday. Stepped right into the meat grinder. Literally. Apparently the slop machine, the ore machine on the top, next to the bedrock drill, is actually able to kill you if you step into it in the right way. So, it's something to watch out for. I mean, also, these could just burn you alive. And then you have, like, all of this stuff is so hazardous. Like, this part, you can fall right into here while it's running. That's what I did yesterday. The the Sterling sawmill, you jump on this thing, you can become a wooden plank, too. It's very easy. Very dangerous. And then you also have to consider the environment, but the only bad thing with the environment is that it's really easy not to mess it up, okay? It's really easy to take good care of the environment. But either it's the people who choose not to take care of it, or it's idiots who don't know what they're doing who mess it up to the point where they end up paying the consequences, which are two different things in HBM mod. Because on one hand, if there's no enemies nearby, that specifically the insectoid glyphid creatures, which come after you if you do too much pollution, if they're not nearby, then you're pretty much fine to just pollute until your lungs explode. So that would be if I started dumping chlorine gas in the atmosphere, that's probably what would happen. My lungs would probably just melt. It's a great thing. Or you could start making gas masks, which would probably prolong your existence. Or a hazmat suit or something. But I think eventually it gets so toxic that that doesn't even work. So, there's that. I'd like to think that we won't get the world to that point, but there's a potential that I might in this playthrough. In which case, we'll go to plan B. We'll go to space. This is the answer that politicians and businessmen both alike have come up with. It's absolutely genius. And the thing is that none of them are working together to put it together. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, everybody is like, "Oh, I want to go to space," and then they all have their own space program. So it's almost like you should just have one space program, and then everybody should work together for that. It'd be amazing, but does not matter because there's more important things on Earth to take care of first. But you see, that would be my idea. Just go to space. Create a massive problem. You have too much pollution? Don't worry. There's a place where the atmosphere is clean, called the moon. And if you go to the moon, well, I mean, obviously there is no atmosphere anyway, so like there's nothing for you to mess up yet. You just have to make it, so then you can mess that up too. I think you can actually do that. I think it is actually possible, though. I don't know. Don't know if terraforming space is even a thing in this. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. There's all these systems that allow you to like harvest an atmosphere, so there must be a way to be like, oh well, I can harvest the atmosphere until it's like Earth, which would probably take so long in reality, but. It's HBM mod, it doesn't matter. HBM mod is all about blowing things up and then causing massive accidents. And also building a giant factory that's too large and does too much stuff. Because my entire factory spans like at least a kilometer of piping. No, there's 100 kilometers of piping already. There's 2 nuclear reactors, 6 catalytic cracking, 9 catalytic cracking towers, 2 smokestacks, probably 10 fractioning towers, which split things. If I do the math, it just kind of ends up becoming like, oh, we have 6,000 tons of steel here. Probably... Well, we're actually running out of steel. We're about to hit this steel shortage. So that's an amazing thing that's about to happen. The second steel shortage of 2025. The first one happened when I barely had anything. But the second one is going to be pretty painful because we're just coming out of a non-mining period where I've been just constructing since the PWR, pretty much. I don't think we've mined since after the Zernox reactor was built. So we've just been sitting on the resources we had obtained. So that says a lot that we've obtained a lot of resources, but at the same time, we don't have enough to sustain the constant rate of development. It's almost like when you leave your home and then you come back and everything's almost like a city. It's just kind of weird. So that's odd. But, well, it makes sense. It's kind of how it is. Okay, let's hit F9 so I can figure out where the heck we're putting the giant cylinder. Because usually this building will become the shape of a cylinder. We're also going to need to go excavate probably half a mountain. Minimum. Because I don't want to go back to my base, which is 500 meters at minimum. At minimum 500 meters, but potentially 900 meters in the other direction that way. So let's turn off this F9 mode. I think what I'm going to do is the cylinder goes there. And then we'll have to go harvest this hunk of stone. Or just dig out this stone and flatten it a bit. I don't really want to do that. This is all dirt. It's not useful. It's all dirt. We need real stone. Real man stone. Stone power. AoE. Alt AoE 2. Cool. Okay. The reason I need stone is because this won't get chopped up by the saw blade, so if anything, this should probably break the saw blade, but HBM hasn't gotten that upset yet with me, so he hasn't done that yet. He hasn't implemented that feature. We're just waiting for me to torment him until he adds it. I'll be like, HBM, the saw blade should break on the stone. I'll just keep saying that in every video until it happens. No, I don't want that to happen. That's stupid. It's like asking for like an April Fool's joke. Huh. Nothing is going on at this time. So the shape this thing will usually make is if you centralize the position of your sawmill is that it will go out 9 blocks in each direction. So let's go ahead and figure out where to put it so that way it's first in a good place and second in a good place. I mean, that's all it needs to be. Just a good placement of the sawmill so it can have the maximum effectiveness. Figure that out. This is 1 block below. Yes, indeed. Okay, cool. This is all gonna be like stone bricks. Now, if I place in the dirt, we will need dirt for this. We're gonna have to place the dirt a block below this, and then 9 blocks in each direction. But I didn't even count 9 blocks, so I don't know the math. If it's not mathing, it's gonna be painful. That's not 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be 8. And then the next one is 9. So then we have that and one more block. So 9. This one is the center. Sporking it. You're sporking it. Hey, it's awesome. HBM's nuclear spork mod. The space fork. People probably want me to go to space, and my answer to them is the answer is no at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be. You can't center it in a chunk because the chunk is 6. I didn't realize how big 9x9 actually is. We might be able to get away with making this. We'll be fine. There's also obviously you can't just have the next collection system right underneath this, so we have to space it so it's perfect. Oh, you're going to space. Going to space in the mod? Nah. Yeah, that's my answer usually. People ask me, when will you go to space? When will you go to space? No, I'm not going to space. I did play all of the last Gerver season, Earth only. Server season last, Earth only. These people from the HBM server. 2, 4. Oh my gosh, I can't count. 2, 4, 6, 8. It'd be easier if I was flying the drone to count. The drone makes counting good, and then also blows things up really easily. So makes your FOV 90. Gamma wave server. I remember this gamma wave person you mentioned. I don't remember much though. My brain was neuralized. Please help me. Except that it really wasn't. I still know so much. I still know too much. Let's go ahead and turn on supersymmetry, and play some make some meth or something. I don't even know. Turn on supersymmetry. Let's go ahead and cook up some uryl nitrate. Start making some fun stuff. Absolutely diabolical. Okay, let's go ahead and find a new word. Have you seen our work on the digma system? Digamma system. Well, I haven't yet, but I'm assuming once I go to space, I'll find out about it. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's easier to count if you just place down dirt. 1, 2. That's 2, 3, 4. Each of those can be paired to make 2. That's 8. Okay, perfect. I'm a master at counting. Oh, no, it ain't released yet? Well, I'll find out about it when it's released. But if you want to tell me, go ahead, so I can spoil it to the world. That's what I usually do. If I have information related to HBM mod and the development, I will spoil it. I did that with supersymmetry too. If you will supply me with this information so kindly, I will go ahead and deal it to the public. Make the public known of supersymmetry. Cool. I don't remember what it was. I think it was, I think it released, I was like, hey, you know they're making the space system better in supersymmetry? They're making the space system. I was like that, and I was like literally telling people about it. It's like, I'm even inside of the supersymmetry secret chat. And I just go in there and I'm like, interesting. Whenever I play this supersymmetry, like actually go and play it for a little bit, I'll just be like, alright guys, you know about this new feature that's coming out? It's coming out 2 weeks from now, guys. Leaking supersymmetry right there. It's about as effective as breaking spaghetti. Since they're Italians anyway, it will probably do something. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say it's 2. And then, pretty much should be like this. And then just go down 1 block each way, all the way down. Can't wait to do stuff and things. Oh, this is cool. We're building the border to keep the trees in. Something ain't right here. I'm saying it's probably that I can't count. 1, 2, 3. We'll just do it by 3s because if you can do it by 3s, 9 divides into 3 times. And so this doesn't look like 3 groups of 9. This looks like 2 groups of 3 plus 1 group of 2. So that's 8. Yes? Yes, it literally is 8. Okay then. I see where we've went wrong. Let's go ahead and fix it and reassess. Thank goodness that I can count now. It's a great thing. Can figure out how to count now. Count to 9. The next project, we will build a massive supercomputer capable of counting to 5 billion, but only counts in multiples of, let's choose 7 because it's an odd number and that's going to be super confusing. Just rewrite the entire computational system. Because I'm an engineer. I can come up with brilliant ideas. Just give me some time and you will have something that will do something pretty impressive. At least that's what we learned in the computer series when I was building computers. That I could at least do something kind of impressive with them. Well, make a giant machine and then it does something. It accomplishes a task. The task was just to basically pretty much just... I haven't changed anything, have I? No, I haven't changed anything. Wow. 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 It's almost like I was supposed to change something and just chose not to. What the heck? How are we doing this? This is not working. This is not effective. Not an effective strategy. I won't be done until I finish this processing setup, which is gonna be the end criteria for today. We're gonna do the end criteria is that we must complete this setup, and then I'm ready to go for, well, let me think of what tasks I will need to take care of between now and tomorrow. I should be able to eliminate all those tasks in like 5 minutes. Let's see. I got everything I wanted to do done this weekend. For the most part. Yeah, that's perfect. That was the goal this weekend, though, was to get everything I want to do done, so I can not think about it, which is amazing. So, if I don't think about it, it's off my mind. It's not in my mind. That's perfect. And then tomorrow, figure out what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm gonna definitely, I already know what I'm doing, so it's gonna be easy. I'm just not gonna say what it is at this time. This is the time and place thing. I don't want to talk about that right now. What I do want to talk about is the design of helmets instead, because I just thought of something with helmet design about airframe helmet, which is this really dumb helmet that somebody came up with, which is, I mean, I think the idea is there, but like the execution is very poor. The airframe helmet is a helmet that is 2 sections, basically has a gap between one section and the other section, allowing for air to flow. So it basically from the front, because that's most likely where you're going to be shot at from, it will look like a full helmet, but from behind there's a little slit in the top where it allows for airflow. And people say, oh, it has good gas venting, and stuff. Like, so your glasses eye pro won't fog. But you see, the thing is that this engineering is just poor because you just made the helmet 10 times heavier. It's like the worst quality of a helmet is the weight. It's annoying. So, from my perspective, the way I see it is that it's just stupid engineering. Dumb engineering. I mean, the idea is there. The idea is airflow. They want airflow. It's like, yeah, let's make the helmet more comfortable. Let's make a helmet that still provides the same amount of protection and is more comfortable, but poorly executed. Poorly done. Because the weight is the big factor there. More weight is less fun. Less weight is more fun. Engineering. And then, I don't know. I wasn't thinking really about anything else. Think about AKs, but... Oh. What was I watching today? Helmet with a small hole in the back? Yes. So the helmet is like... you can look it up. It's called a Cry airframe helmet. They're not super common. The images aren't like super common. You're just gonna get a lot of like high cut helmets and stuff. Personally, I don't really care what helmet I have. I just have a helmet. It doesn't matter. It was given to me, so thank the government for giving me that. They didn't give me money for a little bit, but at least they gave me a helmet. That's all I need. That's all I ask for. One helmet. Protect my soul from hazards that are present, but not really there. Probably. Most of the time. Probably won't actually stop rifle caliber rounds, but is there to stop something. It's there to potentially stop them. It's there for the boxes. Then they. But yeah, that's interesting. And then, oh yeah, there's the PKP, PK Pechnik. It's a machine gun, a Russian machine gun. I've been reading. Well, I don't know, but I'm really curious because I saw in this game there's a bullpup. Now I actually am gonna go check. I'm gonna go search up PKP bullpup. It wouldn't surprise me if it's real. Oh well, that is real. The bullpup version of the PKP 7.62 times 5 by first MG was made by Zenit Company. Not even sure. This is interesting though. But I think it is real. This is interesting. 7.62. It's a different size, but from NATO rounds, but interesting that they have a bullpup variant of it. you wouldn't think to make a machine gun a bullpup machine gun unless you intend on using it to go into a building. It's, the thing with that is it's better for ergonomics. So, with a bullpup, you get a different center of gravity in the weapon. It's nice. Also some people say makes reloading a magazine easier, but I've never used one, so I will never know. I will never have an answer for that, if it makes it easier or not. But it allows you to make a longer barrel and a shorter gun. So there's that. That is always good, because then you can have a shorter gun, and shorter gun is a better gun. But it will retain the accuracy and all of that, hopefully. As long as it doesn't change how the weapon grips or handles too much. I figure it would probably be decent. Yeah, I'm just mining a mountain at this time. Just mining a mountain. We just vaporized, like, this entire gigantic little pillar here. Short gun, long barrel, AUG, my beloved. Tupperware ass gun. The short barrel is always useful. It's always good. I don't know. I think AUGs are pretty big. I don't know the length of it though. I just know it has a very high rate of fire. On automatic. Personally, I feel like a slower rate of fire would be preferable in a machine gun. If I would design a machine gun, it would probably be a lot different from what I'm used to using. Because I feel like there's certain aspects that need to be like a little different. I mean, obviously you have a slower rate of fire would be nice, but then it's not gonna create, it's gonna create a different pattern when it fires. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. And then that's the edge. Different pattern on the beaten zone. I can't really understand why, like, the PKP is such a weird gun to make it a bullpup. Like, I'd expect that with like the AK, but it's like, I think it's almost as like the MT Groza. The basically it's a 50 cal bullpup that they designed for law enforcement in Russia. Stupid ideas. The Defense Department in the Kremlin is coming up with brilliant ideas. Yes, let's go ahead and use this less lethal defensive method for our law enforcement guys. Here in the States, we're all about less lethal, but in Russia, they are about producing 50 caliber bullpup. What the heck is this? This is like stupidity. Because 12.7 is pretty much the equivalent of shooting somebody with a giant stick of rebar. It's basically 50 caliber at that point. It just doesn't have the name 50 cal. I don't know. Let me check. The OTS 14 Groza. It's a 7.62. Huh. There was one that was 12.7 millimeter. Could've sworn. Oh, there's different variants of it. So you have your 01, your 02, and your 03. Cartridge 9. Oh, okay. 9 mil or the 7.62. Ah, well, it's just the bullpup version. Well, there's a different one. There's gotta be one that's 12. Swore I read about one. Wait, OTS 12? No, that's not it. Well, let's see what other things are. I'm just reading now. Just reading now. It's not real. Yeah, not real. It's made up. No, it's not even real. It's 7.62. 7.62 or 9 millimeter. That'd be crazy though. That'd be crazy. Making a 12.7 millimeter bullpup. That is literally the cord. Literally the cord. That is machine gun. Heavy machine gun of theirs as well. Technology. Now I want to get back on the MTN worlds. I've been playing Nama Factory. Hey, it's always good. It's always good to play some Gregsec here and there. Gotta get the Greg sometimes. I think it'd be crazy to have a 12.7 millimeter bullpup though. I don't remember what I was reading about that was a 12.7 millimeter bullpup. Had to have been something stupid like that. Something stupid like that the Russians would come up with. It just sounds so dumb. It sounds like absurd and insane, and then it will probably do something that may or may not work. And is probably mishandled. Would probably be actually terrifying. But I think the bullpup PKP Pechnig, whatever it is also pretty interesting. That'd be like, why do you need it? That only is for room clearing at that point. You've just wasted the machine gun. Well, I don't know. I gotta look at it more. I gotta look at this image more. I mean, it's belt fed, but the box is still in front. That doesn't make sense. The firing mechanism is behind the trigger, but the belt or the box is in front. I mean, I think it still holds the same ergonomics. It's just you just shifted the firing mechanism a little bit back, shortening the weapon. That's not bad, actually. That's actually pretty smart. That's really smart right there. That's actually... Some may say that's pretty genius of them. If you just shift the barrel back and move... You don't even need to move the box. You just shift it at an angle. That is smart. That is okay. But PVC stock. Oh. This weapon is approved by me. So we should be ready to start on the next layer of this building, or not. I don't know. Do we want a second layer? Who knows? I think we're just gonna do birch wood. We're gonna have a minecart that runs underneath of all of this now. Oh my goodness. Why did I build all of this out of cobblestone and some bricks if there's really no point in doing that? There's like actually 0 point in me having done that. You know, it might make sense. I think we should make fans. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to make fans. I just want to go ahead and do the stuff and the things and not make fans. Right? And make that, it's really easy, right? We could find a vault. If we just take a look around, we might find something. Oh, here's a vault. No, I'm joking. There will be no vaults nearby. There will be no fans. We just have to print out like a stack of fans, and it should be good. But that's the first step. Is this thing? This thing's good. So that's done, at least. Then I can move on to the next task, which is gonna be excavating a hole through this mountain. This way I can set up another thing. The thing to produce the thing to do the thing. A lot of things. So, I should be able to do some stuff. We're gonna need to set up the sawmills, the combination oven and the sawmills. Remember, even though we're doing the sawmills, we still need to have another one of those things. Wait a second. Wait 1 second. The smart man uses what he already has, and if I'm a smart man, then I look at what I already have. It's almost like I have already got the machines on standby. They're here, ready to go. It's like I could just figure it out and just do one of my old classic tricks. Just use the same machine twice. We don't need two different machines, but I mean, we could just do the processing of the actual. The wood oil needs The wood oil needs to go through a different process. Okay, it's a good thing I thought of it, because I mean, if I didn't think of it, we wouldn't have that on my mind. But at the same time, if I didn't think of it, I wouldn't know that it's the wrong answer to the problem. So let's not do that. Just use a little bit of brain power and problem solving to come up with a solution that makes a bit more sense than that. Because, see, what I'm worried of is I will have to pipe double or pipe more than I need to. So I don't want to do that. So now it's time to set up these. The Sterling Sawmill. Absolutely terrifying little contraption. If you fall on this, you'll die. If you stand on this, you'll die. If you breathe on it, you will die. If you look at it, well, I wouldn't do that either. You'll probably die. So just be careful, because this giant saw blade is pretty sharp. It can kill you just by looking at it. If just start a sentence and don't finish it. This is the typical strategy right here. My typical strategy of choice. We will start the conversation with if and then just say nothing. Methods of the madness. We're gonna do... Did it again. Well, we're gonna do something with this. Probably spruce trees. Spruce trees are good. Because they just... I think they only... Will they grow even together? I think we're gonna have to resort to either birch. I think we can do spruce. No, we won't get spruce back. We're just... You know what happens is that it always gives you back oak. Doesn't matter what you have. So you have to do oak anyway. To not get the stupid ones, it needs to be at a certain height. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't remember the height. Somebody please tell me the height to make a tree farm. Let's do it right. If anybody has the answer, please tell me now, because I would love to have that information. I could just Google it, but I need to figure that out. Because I could Google it and be like, oh, well, this guy said 7 blocks, but I don't know what 7 blocks means in respect to what. 7 blocks in respect to the ground, or 7 blocks in respect to the sky? I don't understand. Give me a specific answer. That's what happens usually. I'll go into Google. I'll be like, all right, we're 7 blocks. It says 7 blocks here. I would assume it's at least a block above this. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything is multiples of 3s, remember? 7. Oh, look, it fits perfectly. 7. So then it needs to be on the 9th block. Because then there's one block for the sapling, or leaves. Alright, let's go ahead and figure that out now. Let's go ahead and figure it out. Well, let's not actually plant them yet, but let's figure out the roof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, get up there. 6, 7, 8. Perfect. That should be the roof. 8. Wouldn't that be the leaves, though? Well, the tree was 3 for the trunk. Then we counted another 3. That would be another 1 for 7. So then 8's fine. 8's one block above it. 8's fine. 8's gonna be okay. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. 8 will be fine. And if it's not fine, we'll figure it out later. This is amazing. This is problem solving at its finest. Problem solving by trial by fire. Figure it out. You know what's great? That's a great experience. It's a great experience. Why am I thinking about that right now? I need to not think about that right now. Let's not think about that. Let's not think about that. Let's just focus. Just focus on the task that we're doing. I don't know what the task is. Don't know the task. This is great. This is my focus has been diverted. It's been diverted. Stop. It's been diverted. That's all right. We'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. I can think about it later. Right now, we just need to focus on the task at hand, which is to place down wooden planks, because that's all that matters. Let's think about good thoughts, good things. It is what it is. It is what it is. Just don't think of it. Alright, just wood log here, and then, yes. Well, Oh, hey, here's another thing about. Somebody told me of a good book series to read, so I will think about that at this time. I need to think of that, because that is an absolutely wonderful idea. Book series, but I'll never ever have access. Well, oh, here's a good book. Here's an amazing book I got my hands on. A copy of. It's called South African Special Forces, or something like that. It was like one of their operating manuals. I have a copy, but it's 5 hours away from me. But I got my hands on it, which is amazing. It's incredible. I have obtained some new knowledge, which I can add into my collection of knowledge. I like to collect knowledge in large quantities, stored inside my brain, which is a little unsafe because the amount of knowledge I've contained is too much knowledge. It's, I think there's a limit to how much you can store in a brain before it starts to malfunction. And when that starts to happen, that's pretty not good. Starts to function incorrectly. Alright, so all these sawmills are going to be doing their sawmilling stuff. And then we need to figure out how to do the logistics and get that working. Because that's the part of this that's going to be a pain, is the logistical side of this. It's a nightmare to do logistics for a setup like this. Now, it's going to be silicon waffles from Belgium. Okay, that's why they're called waffles, is because they were made in Belgium. Everybody knows this, correct? Everybody knows that waffles were invented in Belgium at this time. Probably. I don't actually know if it's a fact. You know, I tend to say these things, but I don't know if that's actually true. But it doesn't matter, because as long as you say them with enough confidence the first time, and then start to doubt more and more and more, then maybe waffles weren't made in Belgium. Also, I hate Belgium because they speak French there. The coward's tongue. Belgian. Is that even a language? It's not a language. There's no such thing as Belgian. It's French. They speak French. That's because of the one maneuver where the German guy decided in World War I, he decided to go through Belgium, and he bypassed their wonderful Maginot Line or whatever. I don't even know what it was called, but he passed through their line by just going around in a different country and then came through where they least expected. In Sun Tzu, Art of War, he says, attack where you are least expected. Like, stuff like that. Appear far when you're actually near. To, like, feign... What is it? To basically feign disorganization when you are truly organized. To deceive your enemy, basically. So, if your enemy thinks you're disorganized or that you're routing, but you're really not, you're just rallying up for the next attack. Interesting stuff there, which is going into my football playbook of my football playbook. If you know what my football playbook is, then you can ask me for the information, but not right now. This is the time and place, but still, I just get excited sometimes to mention my football playbook exists. It'll become the ultimate airsoft playbook guide of all time. Even though it's not really meant for airsoft, it's meant for actual warfare. But doesn't matter because it's pretty much analogous. The only difference is the rules are a little different. A little different. Just slightly less. Well, probably the rules are probably just similar. Honestly, I don't think. Okay, I feel like if my football playbook was used, I feel like somebody would get in trouble. The football playbook. Let's just say there's a lot of creative usages for grenades, which I could actually discuss because grenades are like super common information and there's like so much videos of grenades. In fact, I was watching a video of a guy with a jar and he put a grenade in it. I was like, well, you see, the pin is out, but the spoon is still on, so it won't activate. So when he throws this jar, the grenade will activate. And I was reading even more, and they were like, this guy he said that basically when you're in the mountains, the pressure of the grenade changes. Like the pressure from the mountain, like the atmospheric pressure, will change how the detonation time of the fuse is. So basically the grenade needed to be inside of a jar. So when you throw it, it just detonates on impact. Almost. To give it the timer it needs to not kill you instantly by taking the pin out. which is super interesting information. But also information I've obtained is that, well, if you have a grenade with a spoon on it, this is from a book I read when I was in 7th grade, but you can put the grenade underneath a rock or something like that. Now, there's 2 ways I've come up with for this wonderful method of a grenade usage. Yeah, it gets pretty wonderful. But you put a grenade under a rock, tie the rock to a string. Now make sure the spoon is connecting with the rock almost. Like it's the rock holds down the spoon, but the rock is also tied to a string that's thin enough that it's not really going to be noticeable, and dirty enough that it's going to kind of blend in, and then tied to a tree, so then it creates a tripwire. Then when somebody steps and trips in this tripwire, the rock will move, releasing the spoon, and then boom, you now have yourself one wonderful usage for grenades. Now, if you want to get really creative, you could probably come up with a way to create a directional explosive, which is a magical thing in the world of explosives. Directional explosive is the best method to direct pain, but I digress. There's like so much to talk about with explosives. You got like shape charges and you got all kinds of fancy stuff. If I talked about explosives, I would spend 6 years talking about something I should probably not be talking about right now. But I get carried away with this because there's too much to think about with that, and I'm constantly thinking, so I need to just stop thinking because I'm not even doing anything now. I can't even focus. But there's a second method. The second method is you have a string tied to the pin, which will release the spoon. So you tape the grenade to a tree or something, secure it to a tree, secure enough that when somebody walks into it, the pin will be pulled out. It takes a certain amount of pressure. If you know, you know. I do not know about this information, so I don't want to actually share that information. I know that the actual amount is like not that much, but still, it's a significant amount that you would need it to be decently secured. Then the pin comes out, spoon comes off, hopefully. And then you also have a method. This one is a little better, honest. Well, yeah, it'd be a little better because it'd create just a radial charge, almost like a radial explosive. Whereas the other one would require you to bury the grenade half into dirt almost, so it's like kind of buried in the dirt, so it's not super noticeable, like it's a grenade right underneath a rock. Why is that rock up like that? I think somebody might have trapped it. Oh, look, there's a string here. You don't want that. You want to have more of, I'm walking, what? Why is the rock moved? Oh. And then realization of pain. That's what you want. Absolutely evil methods. But I can't think of what I'm trying to do. Why can't I think of what I'm trying? What do I have? I have 3 sawmills and 1 saw machine. I need to... conveyors. Okay. Filters, then. So filters... Well, that's just 1 usage of grenades, or 2 usages. And then the third one, the jar, I didn't even know about the jar until today. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't even know about the fact that fuses might be subject to pressure. I didn't think of that until today. I didn't consider that, because I didn't even notice that that even would be a thing. It's just, I get recommended like the strangest videos. I'm just scrolling. This guy is showing me an AK, scrolling. Why the heck is there a grenade in a jar? Scrolling. What is this? This guy's telling me about some new weapon or something. I don't even know. Don't even understand. It just gets stupid. So stupid. We're not looking for filters, we're looking for sorters. Ah, there we go, it pulls it right up. I've been looking for this the whole time, and I couldn't think for like 10 minutes. Focusing on 10 things at the same time is not a great idea. Apparently my brain does that sometimes, though. Oh yeah, I also came up with a decent ambush for my football playbook, too. Decent ambush. It'll have to be an adaptation of regular ambushes, because you see, the football playbook is pretty much based off of only having 6 guys. It's pretty much based off of that. So the football playbook has to adapt. Either you could technically do certain of the techniques, but the thing is with the football playbook is that you want to have the most, like, it's not really necessarily like, you're not going to be able to do 8-man tactics with a football playbook, with the football playbook. It's not meant for that. Football playbook is meant to do 6 men. You could probably do 8-man in the, but it's really niche, tailored specifically to the needs I want, to what I want. So do not mess with the football playbook. It will be specifically to my desire. But I understand enough to know that what I would need to do for 8-man tactics, probably. Like, I could think about it, like, if I wanted to, but really, I can't refine it. It's already made. It's, like, in front of me. So I'm just making something new. I'm just, like, cooking up some new ideas. Come up with something new. It will be amazing. But nobody's ever going to use it because there will never, hopefully, be a need to. The football playbook is just a fallback playbook. Because the way I see it is if something were to go wrong, football playbook will always be there, sitting, collecting dust, until the day that it actually becomes useful. Probably never, because, yes, it just, well, there's no really change. There's no real change. Change will never happen. It's not real. It's not real. I don't believe in it. Change, I've yet to see any. Let's just do it 50 times and figure it out. Huh. I didn't realize those stairs were even there. I'm looking for something. I'm having a hard time thinking of what I'm looking for now. This is a sign that it's getting too late and I can't think because I haven't drank an energy drink in 12 hours, which means that my addiction is I'm slowly having withdrawal symptoms from my energy drinks. But tomorrow morning when I have my energy drink, I'll be like turbo mode, just going. Like, I was already in go mode today. I was, like, super going. Really didn't even mean to run, but I accidentally ran some places. I didn't mean to run, but I just have a tendency to run for no reason. It's always on accident. Pre-programmed with running. Gotta work on my running, because I want to have the best running capabilities of all time, so I'm gonna become unstoppable at running. The energy drinks are consuming you? Yes, that is true. I would agree with that statement. See, I tried to quit twice, but you see, the first time something bad happened, when I tried to quit, like 2 weeks later, and the last time I quit, I was like, man, I'm too tired, I can't even do anything. So, like, it's too late now. Too late. Can't do anything. I'm gonna die from kidney stones. That's sad as death. That is it's not even, that's not even real. That's not even real. It's okay. There's always fiberglass to be consumed. Right here. Can I even eat this? It says high in fiber, everything, high in glass, everything the body needs. I don't think it's meant to be eaten. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good thing I thought of. See, good things I thought of. This isn't even related. This is just, I was watching videos and then I just saw somebody shooting the PKP and I realized how to actually shoot it. You just grab pretty much the buttstock is shaped like a handle. So you can just Hold it like that. I did not know that, but I don't know the full manual arms for that. So I want to learn that as well, because that's an interesting piece of information to know. It's like, you see, every weapon has a manual of arms, because every weapon was made by a different country, and then every weapon is different. So everybody's like, well, here's how you use weapon. Because of that, learning every single weapon system is different, gives you an idea of every single technique available to use the weapon system. But also, I'll probably never have the opportunity to handle such weapon systems. And if I ever get the opportunity to, I would love to have that opportunity to be able to use those weapon systems. That would be neat, to try out different foreign weapon systems and be like, wow, this is cool, do disassemblies, put it in my notes, be like, wow, this is some cool technology right here. This weapon system is absolutely amazing. Just be like, wow. The AK already, like, I can already see the similarities in how it functions to, like, any of our machine guns. It's like, literally, the internals are just, like, upside down. It's an upside down machine gun internally. So interesting. And of course, from the engineering perspective of things, super interesting engineering on every weapon system out there. You can even look back at historic weapon systems. I mean, they might not be the most modern, but you can see where the new systems, the newest weapons have come from. Like, yes, there's some weapon systems that just come out of nowhere, and there's like, they're kind of unfounded. It's like, that was like the M16, like you can just see that didn't really make sense, because at the time, like, historically, they just kind of came out of nowhere. Like, the Stoner rifle that was like the original of like the M4 series, from what I understand. Of like everything that leads up to like the modern M4, or like the new generation weapon system or whatever, is that. But it's always interesting to learn about these weapon systems, because each of them is different, and each of them has been used in different ways, and so interesting, so much to learn. Because the LA, what is it, the LA 85, or what is it, LA 82 or something? I watched the video on that one. I couldn't tell you how to do the manual of arms, because they do it all left-handed, and that's the only thing I remember, is that he said, you do it all left-handed. And I'm like, I mean, maybe if I picked it up and then rewatched the video and did it a couple times, I could do it. But, nah. Not really nah, I don't know. Would love to get the opportunity. That would be cool. If I got the opportunity to do it, yes, totally. Would totally love to try out that. It's such an interesting weapon system, that one, because that one came out with whenever it came out with optics before optics even existed. It was like the 1970s or 1960s or something, and the first generation of that service weapon came out. The CZ Bren. That's an interesting weapon system. It's used by Ukrainians. So I don't really know much about it. It looks like there's a bunch of these kind of like weird M4 looking weapons, right? Because the ergonomics on the M4 are not bad. They're not bad. Like, it's got a decent center balance point, all right? Like, I like to say it's bad, but really, that's just because I would love to have a paddle on there instead of just a button, because I feel like a paddle would be easier to engage than a button. If I'm trying to change a magazine, I'm not trying to move my thumb to press a button that I probably can't even reach because my hands aren't that big. So I'd prefer to just have a paddle that I can use grab with my left hand and then pull down the magazine. It would make a lot of sense. But that's just me personally. And it doesn't, if you were able to tailor your weapons to yourself, that'd be amazing, but, nah, it doesn't matter. Don't need that. Only need to learn how to use it better. Well, I'm sure I could come up with a system that could create an easier way to press the button. That's what I would do. Because if you're ever having a hard time pressing a button on something with gloves on, the simplest way to fix it is just to find a way to make a new button that's even bigger to press. And potentially red, because a big red button on the side of your weapon? That is a beautiful idea. The enemy will think, what is this? He's shooting nukes out of his gun now? Oh crap, don't press the button. Don't press the button. This button switches it to laser mode. It's gonna melt your eyes in 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. With countdown. The countdown on a loudspeaker too. But it's in the enemy's tongue, just to scare them. If you press this button, it screams, Grenada! And then they will think there's a grenade. They'll be terrified. Terrified. Ah! This is amazing. Ah, yes. How can we find new safety features in our factory? Watch your step, man. Hey, watch your step. It's almost as if you should just be watching your step, man. The world looks so different when I don't have all my fancy schmancy armor on now, doesn't it? It's because it's all zoomed in now. Sucks all the life out of you. This. You know, it's all, I blame it all on Soyak. It's all his fault. It's all Soy Jack's fault. It's all the Soycraft logo up there. Wait, why did we even build this? Why? Why? It serves zero purpose, yet aesthetically, it's not even pleasing. It's okay, guys. I think I have buckets. And that, if you understand what I mean by I have buckets, I actually have none. Because they're all down there. But it's okay, we have a DJI Mavic drone with a bomb on it. So, that's probably something that's useful. Except we don't have the drone controller anymore because I left it unsecured. And I think something happened to it. So, that's fine. Well, it doesn't matter. We could just make a new one. Just make a new one. Yeah, that'll work. You know, I have some of the craziest ideas, but I'm not gonna talk about that one because I feel like that would get me kind of into trouble, maybe. If I were to start talking about that one. That one's a little bit too unhinged. But it's a good question, though. It's actually a decent question. I mean, obviously it is possible. Obviously it is possible. There's that. It's not impossible. It's literally already been done. But how would you go about doing it is the question. How would you actually make that system work? Also, why is there so much water in here? Because it is possible. It's just the question of how does it work? Do I have everything? I think I do. Everybody thinks a little differently. Everybody thinks there's a different answer to the same question. Like, you can have the same question as somebody else, and then they'll always have, somebody else will always find some different aspect of that. Or they'll have a completely different answer. So, what I was actually, I mean, this just ties into a video I was watching today. Wasn't like, I mean, but this guy was saying stuff, and I was like, I don't really agree with most of what he's saying, usually. I don't usually agree with what this guy is saying in his video. He's talking about is not something I agree with necessarily, but same time, he does have some points. Just, I see it a little bit differently than how I would say that guy sees it. Then again, probably in 10 years from now, I'll look back and go, well, maybe he was a little bit right. There's always that option, that outcome. You know, what I just realized is that at 4 a.m. tomorrow, we're going to have to listen to that alarm go off again. It's going to be amazing. You know, we have time. We don't have to just be like, oh my gosh, let's go ahead and do it all right now. Let's do it all right now. No, we don't need to do it all right now. Okay. Like, look at it. So, I don't have to do all of this right now because I'll get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow and I can just finish it then. I could finish... Like, look, I'm just burning hours. Well, I could stay up till 9. But I've been doing good lately. Let's go ahead and just say... Let's get the filters... let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Right? So it works. Get this part figured out as well. And then... Yeah, it shouldn't be hard. So it should be as simple as doing those two things. And then we get to... obviously, we don't need to pipe stuff in there, but we need to put in stuff to here. So let's figure out how to get this to work. We need to bring steel ingots. So if we don't have those on us and we need those, we'll do it tomorrow. We could do this with one sorter. If I'm insane. I think the answer to this question is yes. We'll do it with one sorter. So let's go ahead and figure that out, how I'm going to do that. Well, you see, time is super useful, but you don't always have to be in a rush. You don't always have to rush. There's not always a rush everything. So this is pretty much going to be the center of all construction. Okay, the center of construction center here. Yes. Okay, now, we have several outputs. We have the purple one, which is, I believe, on the bottom. Red is on the bottom. Okay, cool. Red is going to be for a very specific product. It's going to be called sawdust. Okay, well, I need to make that right now. It's like, I can't make it right now. But anyway, it's going to be wildcard, basically. On blue, it'll be wildcard. Blue, well, yeah. Okay, blue can be wildcard. So wildcard on blue and wildcard on this one as well. Now, the way this works is that these get processed back. So the output will get processed back in. Basically, okay, so we have planks. Okay. We've got sticks. Okay. And we could just send our sticks down to there. And then have everything figured out. Sticks can go through orange and they can just get sent all the way into here. And then boom, we have our sawdust that's ready to go out on the final line. See, I can think this will work. If I think my head through this problem, I can solve it in a very interesting way. Okay, so we do that. We're gonna also do something. I feel like something's a little wrong with this, and I don't like it because it's not like the other ones. So let's make it like the other ones. It's got to be the same. It has to be the same, or it's wrong. Okay, so then yellow would be for my planks, because I don't need planks, okay? Now, if it takes you 3 minutes and 40 seconds to make one plank, I think you're doing a pretty bad job in this case. that'd be a painful waste of time to make planks. You should be making about 5 planks in a second. So that's the goal. Or well, 6 planks in one single craft, which probably could take less than a second if you nuclear power everything here. Did I do that? Hold on. I think I've done this before. I think I did this one time. I did. Yes, it is a real video. Ah. Cool. I did nuclear power it. Nuclear powered tree cutter. Ooh. This guy's thinking out of the box. He's really coming up with some good ideas, isn't he? Yes. This guy is a genius. And can continue to come up with good ideas. It's a real no-brainer. Come up with the nuclear reactor wood chopper. Why would we spaghettify when we could do it in one? We could do it in one easy go. Right? Okay. Do it like this. Do it like this where it makes sense. Okay, cool. What? What? What even is the logic? It's not even there. It's not even real. This is good. And, yeah, that will be for sticks. So sticks will go into purple. Sticks will go out of purple. So, oh, actually, sticks will go out of orange. Isn't that the top one? Orange has to be sticks. Because if it isn't sticks, it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's not doing its job. Okay, cool. And then finally we'll have the last stage of the process. So from there, it all goes into a wonderful machine called the compressor machine thing, whatever it may be. It compresses. Basically, we're going to take it, we're going to turn it all into compressed briquettes, and then we're going to shove it in a furnace and set it on fire because that's what I think is cool. Want to burn something. That's a great idea. Let's go ahead and do that in Minecraft, but not in real life because that'd actually be pretty dangerous. Well, it's okay. We can just use a fan to direct the flames in a different direction. It will be fine. Just make a flamethrower, the boy. Just make a flamethrower. Just take a bunch of monster cans and then like glue them together in a certain way, and then just shove propane through it. Somebody, I once saw this video of a guy, and he was like in the hood, and he was like he said he was making a plasma gun, but what he was doing was just electrifying flames, which, to be fair, I mean, it's almost like plasma, but like not really. He was discharging electricity, but it was mostly flames. He was mostly just igniting a flame. He was producing some plasma, though, because it did shoot a little electrical bolt. But I guess it's the medium the electricity is traveling in. Basically, the air is the medium for the electricity, okay? So if air is not a good conductor of electricity, right? But what might be a good conductor of electricity could be a flame. Especially due to the Seaborg effect, where, like, the actual fire itself creates ions and ionizes, which is plasma. So technically, he was creating some kind of plasma gun. But kind of not really still. I say it's more of the flame. Because you see the flame, really. But I don't know if I could pull up this guy's videos. But he was genuinely building something that was getting somewhere. I'm not sure what the actual math is on what he was building, though. So if I actually knew the math and the numbers, and I could be like, well, it costs this much. Here's what it can do statistically speaking. It takes this much energy to charge. It takes this much energy to fire. It can fire this number of times. This is real garbage because it only fires one time and takes 10 hours to charge. Engineering right there. But you see, if it takes 5 minutes to charge and it can shoot 20 times, that might actually be a decent weapon. We might be going into the revolutionary age, well, back to the revolutionary age as far as the rate of fire to reload, but at least we're getting 5 shots that way. That is a bit of efficiency, isn't it? A bit of nuclear engineering. Which, speaking of nuclear engineering, we are currently doing some of that right now. Look at my plutonium-239. So much of it. So much more was to be burned in the PWR reactor. The most famous reactor, if you like 3 Mile Island, or if you like tsunamis. But if you like 1986, you like Chernobyl, so... We're about to have another solar eclipse. We gotta go over to Soyak to end the video, end the stream. Because I think I need to be done for today, because I need to get my energy drink so I can focus tomorrow. So I can complete things efficiently and not be distracted in my mind. At least I'm not thinking about the other thing I was thinking about earlier. I don't remember what that was. That was not something I want to think about. Yes, a very good stream. But we're going to end it with Soyak and the solar eclipse. Soy crafts. He's got just this giant cloud going through his head. I'll see you all in the next one. Tomorrow morning. I won't see all of you. Because most of you will either not be awake at that time, or you'll be busy. So I figure... Yeah, or you'll be asleep. But that's the same as not being awake. It's just a different way of saying it. It's like the glass half empty type of thing. Except, the glass is just twice as big as it actually needs to be, because... You see in that scenario? You have a glass that's twice the volume of the water you have. So therefore... You just need to shorten the glass, and then it's perfect. You see, a glass is not half empty or half full. It's just twice as big as it needs to be, because somebody was stupid and put half as much water as it needs. Or somebody was stupid and decided to grab a glass that is twice as big as the amount of water they have. Just science right there. Just science right there. Why is this radioactive? Why is Soyak sign giving me less than 1 radiation per second? Am I gonna get superpowers by staring at this for too long? Is it gonna make me into Superman? And yes, it is reversible. It's the best thing I've made. Is the fact that you can walk away from it and it still faces you. As long as you're not parallel to it and you can see it. It's just always there. It's omnipresent. It's so stupid. I'm gonna go. I'm done. I'm done.